We didn't object, so.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, we talked on. Yeah, are we live?
We are
Hey,
now live.
behind the scenes, almost. All right, as usual, Buzz did not really do a very good job of telling us. He likes the natural conversation to lead in.
Yeah,
to
whatever bullshit we
embarrassiness.
just happened to be talking about.
Welcome to the 10th episode. So that means that we have done 10 of these. Wow, a whole 10. 10th episode of Second Sons, live from my girlfriend's apartment. I'm Roy Rogers of the New York Meta, who had a very long job interview today, so my voice is shot. With me today is the usual crew. I'm now in selfie mode with the cam. Is the usual crew of Aaron. How are you doing?
I am well. I hate
Good.
Thrones less than usual today.
That's good.
Hey.
Aaron's feeling the hype for Gen Con, which I think we'll talk a little bit about later. And then our technical magician, Buzz. How are you doing today, Buzz?
I'm great.
Maestro was what I was originally going to say,
Maestro.
but I couldn't remember, so I went with something easier. And then Sid, who is about to fly to the most boring part of America. How are you doing? How are you doing, Sid?
Dreading it. I wish I was going to.
He's
Gen
flying to
Con
Roy's.
with everybody.
Wait, he's flying to Roy's bedroom.
Oh,
Ooh, burn! Oh, ouch, that hurts. Luckily, that burn will not.
That's what Alice said.
Oh, all right. None of this conversation will be making the podcast episode. So you Twitch viewers and YouTube listeners are really getting a treat here. Okay. So, Glazer, what are we talking about today?
I was actually going to see if Patrick wanted to join us because I think it would be funny for him to join us for this.
All right.
So
Buzz,
you explain.
Oh my God! Yes, the look on Buzz's face there was.
he's like,
was literally worth this entire episode. Like keeping continue to blowing my voice out, keeping Ala up, entirely worth it just for the look on Buzz's face there. Yeah. So anyway, let's move through. Yes, we can always have more alcohol. Anyway, so while we figure out whether or not Patrick will not be joining us, Aaron, what are we talking about today?
Oh man, we are doing stuff. Oh, we're gonna run through the history of the game so far. This is basically the year anniversary of the game's release, Gen Con, because this is the week before Gen Con. So, given that the game's been out for a year, we're gonna look at how it started, how the meta's been, how the game's evolved so far.
All right. So then let's start where it all began, the core set. What do we all think about the core set now that we've sort of had it around for a year?
Well, what do people think about the core set at first, I think, is just as important.
Right, wait first. Sid, who did not have a perch in the Thrones social media / podcast world at that time, so give us your core opinions.
I think the core set itself was great, but I think the whole launch of it hurt the game. Like, we can't, if we're going to talk about the first year of the game, we have to talk about the fact that the core set wasn't really widely available until 2 or 3 months after it launched. October.
November, really.
Right? Yeah, November probably till wide kind of release. And because there was a real feeling at Worlds in November that people hadn't really had a chance to sink their teeth into it yet. So, especially the Europeans who had come, right? Buzz, you were there. So I think it was a rocky start in terms of Fantasy Flight's handling of the game's release, because the hype was strong. Everyone was super excited. It came out at Gen Con, and then the whole rest of the world had to sit around on their hands waiting for the game to start. So, I mean, for me, it's only been 9 months, right? Because of the slow start. Having said that, though, I did a little bit, but not that much. Not that much. I like to wait until I get the cards in my hands.
Man, after my own heart, Sid.
But once we finally got it, I mean, I love the core set. I think the core set is a testament to a lot of the hard work that went into rebooting the game. I mean, 8 factions, what can you say? They're pretty well balanced out of the core set. Anyone could really win a game out of the core set, especially as the core set meta kind of developed a little bit over those first few months into the beginning of Store Championship season. I thought it was a great kickoff to the game once it did, in fact, finally kick off.
I think we had a really interesting experience with new players when the core set first was arrived, because I mean, Heads on Spikes
Yeah.
and Baratheon, right? Like,
Yeah.
it like I it was almost the reverse of what it is now. Like, where a lot of older players complain now, new players back then were losing their mind over this stuff, and old players were like, no, it's fine, we can break this. Like, this shouldn't break anything. But like, new players at first sort of freaked out about Heads on Spikes and the prevalence of Barrow, which was apparently unbeatable, but not at all.
Yeah, I mean that was the talk kind of going into Worlds, right? Everyone thought Barra would just wreck the house, and it really didn't. It didn't end up performing all that well compared to a lot of the other factions. But yeah, there was a lot of negativity, especially that Heads on Spikes. I didn't figure out. Everyone was just like, if they get my Daenerys, I'm finished. But it was a little too much fear, I think, for what the card actually is. I mean, no one really plays it now much. It's pretty rarely played.
Buzz,
Yes.
what are
Would
your
you like to
corset
repeat?
opinions?
The course.
Well, we didn't get it until the first pack, basically. So, it was pretty good. But we practiced for Stalic a lot, even when it was released. So, didn't have
Yeah, you
much core, core play. Mostly started playing with the first pack, I think. But I did play at Worlds, and it's fun to see that was almost all Baratheon, which is countered by Targaryen, which also was a lot of, and then the guy who won played the thing that countered both of them. So, I think it was fun. That points to a good meta, right? That there are a rock paper scissors stuff going on.
I don't think that's a good meta necessarily. I
Yeah,
think
it is.
I
It's
think
always been like
Pilot.
that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not usually just rock paper scissors. Like, it's usually more than 3 decks, right? That you have to take into account.
Yeah, but people
And-
played
I mean, but
more
out
than
of
that.
just a core set, though, like out of just a
Yeah,
core
yeah.
set, having
mean, out of
three
just-
competitive level decks is pretty
Out of
good.
just a core set, no one bothered to play the best deck. So,
What the? I mean, what the?
Lannister. Lannister
What?
Wolf or Lannister
Or
Tyrell.
Lanny Rose back then too.
Yeah, Lanny Rose or Lanny
I mean,
Wolf
that's what
is
you
the best
won.
core set there.
You won Red Saturday with, right? Which was
Yeah, that was
core
the
plus
first.
pack
Yeah, that was right after Worlds, right? Right
Yeah,
before
well,
Worlds?
right afterwards.
Right after Worlds, yeah. I think the week after, right?
No, a little bit longer. Like Worlds is at the beginning of November. American Thanksgiving's at the end of November.
Yeah,
But anyway.
but FFG had their first delay before then. But I guess we should talk about the core set's value now.
I mean, I just want to briefly say, like, I think the core set, I mean, this is sort of damning with faint praise, but it's the best core set that FFG's designed, right? I think as a one box experience, much less the 3-box experience, it's incredibly solid. I mean, it's so infinitely better than the Thrones 1.0 core set that you can't even wrap your mind around it. Like, like when my friend bought me the original Game of Thrones core set, there's a reason why it took me a year to get interested in playing the game, right? Like, it took a while of being like, I like the basic idea of this game. I like the IP. Let me go see what the internet says about this game. Oh, wait, it's really great. When you buy literally any other product but its introductory product, like that, you can't, you can complain about certain design decisions that were made in the 2.0 core set, but you can't say that it is not a bad entry-level plot product or not a bad product that to buy your, make that initial 3x investment in, which I think is a huge compliment to Nate and Michael Hurley. I mean, yes, I think by the time, I had the box in Gen Con, and by the time fucking the first pack came out, I was like sick of the core
December,
meta.
Right?
It was, well, no, I had it at Worlds, right? I bought you yours, and you played with those cards at Red Saturday, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't like really out until
December, basically.
or even January. In
Yeah.
some places.
and also dealing with, like, I was on the front lines of teaching new players in September, October, November, and December. Like, the disappointment of people, the number of people who showed up at the 1.0 meetings while it was dwindling and was like, I want to play 2.0. And I was like, well, I have one core set that I bought at Gen Con, and I was able to build these 3 introductory decks to teach you the game. And they're like, oh man, this game's a lot of fun. Where can I buy it? I'd be like, check Amazon. One day it will be on sale. We actually lost people, who were so excited by the idea that who just never came back, despite coming to one or two meetings and learning the game and be like, oh, this game's awesome, and then they went to buy it and they couldn't find it. Like, I think the FFG shot itself in the foot as a lived experience with the core set. Now, to talk about the core set now, we've learned that probably the Lannister cards were under-examined by both Nate and the playtesters.
Everyone but the White Book, who immediately went, oh my god!
Yeah, right. But we didn't do that when we were playtesters, and again, we can out ourselves as playtesters.
That's completely untrue. I was part of multiple email chains that were like, yo, Tywin kind of broken.
But anyway, like, I think the Lannister cards out of the box are probably overpowered compared to the other factions.
I mean,
so
I think it's that they have two. I mean, are they though? Like, I think it's as much what else they got. Like, Tywin and Tyrion are great, right? But like,
and Jaime, don't forget Jaime.
And Jaime. Like, Jaime's a distant third compared to the other two. Jaime's much more on par.
I'm not sure if he's a distant third, but he's
compared
third.
to Tywin and Tyrion. Like, if
he's
you're naming the top characters in the game,
every
Tywin
other faction 6-coster, almost.
Except Stannis, maybe, just out of just the core.
I remember trying to explain to Alex Hines why Jaime was often better than, like, Drogo and other people, and him being like, you're crazy! Jaime's not even a good card! And I was like, I can't with you.
He's pretty good.
He's very good. Other thoughts about sort of the core set cards now that we're at the end of the first cycle? Well, I guess +1 for end of first cycle, beginning of the second cycle.
So what does everyone think the best deck in the core set was? The defining deck was Barrowfieldy, right? Whether it was the best or not, it was the defining deck. What was the best?
Core set only?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was the absolute best, but my favorite deck out of core set only was the Night's Watch Kraken deck that a lot of people were playing, and it won some big tournaments. It was so much fun to play, and it was a different style of deck.
Jeremy Hammond, just so you know, because he's always excited when he's talked about.
There you go. I know Dennis was really into that deck for a while. I know some New York guys were into it for a while. We were into it out here on the West Coast because of Thrones War, and 4 of us had to play Night's Watch. So so we jumped on to that one for a couple of our team players.
Is that how we started talking? Like,
yeah, it was
the first
kind
time
of
we ever
back
spoke.
then. Yeah. And it's just a blast to play. I love it. And it kind of, went away when a lot of cards came out in the first cycle. I think it's due for a comeback, though. But anyways, that I thought was one of the most fun decks to play in the core. And it could really beat anything. I mean, it could hold its own against any deck. Because once you've wiped them and marched them twice and stole all their guys with Yorin, it doesn't matter. You're going to win. It was a good deck.
Buzz?
So I think the most undervalued deck, or whatever you say, the underestimated deck.
Best.
Yeah, no,
the best.
yes, the most underestimated deck was Starkfieldy. I think it was very, very under the radar. It won some things in Europe. It came second, or I think it won at the second edition.
It won
Stalag,
yeah.
Which was 60 players or something. 66 maybe. But I think the best deck was the one me and Jacob played at Worlds. It was such a well-rounded deck by Oki Torgros. I think it was really, really, really great. Especially in that meta, because it was a Targ that completely demolished the Baratheons. But with the Rose stuff, it's countered the Dracarys of Targ. So, I mean, it It was so good. I lost in my top 8 versus Sam, completely on luck, I think, and I think it could have. I think it could have
also,
gone
Sam is
longer.
better than you.
Oh,
Maybe.
humble Buzz.
No,
Go ahead, Buzz.
no, I think Targros was the most efficient, well-rounded one. But I mean, there's a lot of rock paper scissors going on in the core meta, I think, and the steamrolling thing is everyone. I don't know.
I mean, speaking of steamrolling, Dave Stromes' Targ Lion, the sort of like hyper aggro running that the things I do for love, which nobody, I mean, still people don't expect today, but Hand's Judgment wasn't very common in the core set meta. Like that deck was a monster, and I got to give credit to Dave. Sort of the last deck he came up with before children drove him out of the game for a while. So that was definitely a deck that I think was really powerful. The sort of first mini curve. In fact, I think it was the deck that inspired Aaron to come up with that term on the white book. Is really, really a fantastic deck, and just the core set. And he was in the top 4, right, of Red Saturday, Aaron? Dave?
No, I beat him in the top whatever.
8, then?
Yeah.
Yeah, top 8, okay.
He also didn't play that. He played the Martell one, didn't he?
No, I thought he played the Targ
No,
line.
I'm pretty sure he played the Martell line.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he definitely played the Martell line, because I got gassed. Either way, I learned how to play against it. That's how I beat him in the cut. I just didn't know what the fuck he was doing when I first sat down. I was like, "What is this? This is weird." I think the core set defining deck was definitely Barra, but I think because Barra was the core set definer, I think Targ Lion was the best. There was that. Remember the Alex Frog deck?
Oh, yeah.
That just ran 3 of everything. I hate my least favorite deck in the history of the game. It just ran 3 of everything, and it was the utter just everything. You throw cards in, yeah, you play more cards, and that deck was just a monster. It was an absolute monster. It worked. So we have that meta, and then sort of intermittently we get the first chapter pack. Did the first chapter pack change anything?
I don't remember. What were the bomb cards? In the
Hound,
Check out.
problematic.
Check,
Hound.
Hound
check the
changed
chat.
things.
I dropped the link in it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the Hound pushed Lanny from just as good as everything else to pretty much better than everything else, because it gave it the main tool it needed to beat Targ, another guy besides Tywin that didn't care about Dracarys.
Well, Greyjoy got Seastone Chair, right? And there was a bit of time there where that scared everyone, and it was doing damage.
Yeah, people really fucking hated that card.
I still hate that card. I don't think it's good design. I just think it's how does that not at least cost 2, or a card you can kneel to stop its effect or something?
Because it's Greyjoy, and it's a location, so it's gonna be costed.
Well, I mean, Targ also got Merchant Prince and Vase Dothrak, which just really
Wow.
changed everything.
The beginning of the Targ decline.
I mean, Martell got decent cards. It got its Plot, and it got Bastard Daughter, which is still played.
And everyone sort of slept on the Stark cards, which are both mainstays in the most dominant deck right now. They ended up way better than they were at the time.
Well, I think they were definitely build card, like Lady in particular. I mean, she was a good card when she was printed, but once you get the wolf guy, was just amazing in that pre-First Snow version of Stark Fealty, you really get to notice how just good Lady is. But I think everyone appreciated how good Lady was when she came out.
Yeah, I think she's been in just about every Stark deck I've ever seen.
At least one of.
Yeah.
And then the freak out over support of the people also, which is a one or two of in some Greyjoy decks now. Like you would think Barrow would play it, right?
Don't forget, it was in Jakob's Martel deck also.
Yeah.
He rolled with it and won. So I mean,
Yeah,
got its
but I
place.
mean, like Buzz didn't play, so how much can his win really count for? Like it goes in terms of quality, it goes skinny kid from Wisconsin, Buzz, and then Jakob.
No,
Like, that's the order, right?
Jacob is better than me. It's
Yeah, I
no
know.
question.
He's better than everyone.
Yeah.
He's, I don't know. Does he still hate 2.0?
Jacob, he loves it.
Really?
Yeah.
Always
Okay.
has. Yeah. He always
he,
loves second edition.
Okay, we spoke, I don't know, a while ago, and he was like, I'm just not playing for a little while. But I guess he is again.
He's been gone for the summer, but
Okay, yeah.
we've the whole Stockholm meta just dies during the summer every year. So
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Okay. So, fine. Then he's going to be my pick for best player in the world until proven otherwise. Oh, wait.
well, he's the reigning world champion. So
Not exactly
That's the
a
thing.
bold.
Oh my god.
I mean, next Aaron's gonna be saying Sam is really good. So.
Sam sucks. So I was playing Dark Nodge on Octagon a few minutes ago, as I'm wont to do, and Dan Strahl
No, Aaron.
watched the
Aaron never speaks to Dan or to John.
Dan
So
watched the game and
so
he
with the
corrected.
second pack.
Wait, no, he corrected like 15 fucking misplays a turn from both of us, and we were like, "Can you stop being that much better than us? We're not gonna get good results from you playing yourself." He's really annoyingly good.
Dan is easily one of the. He's also a really good teacher of the game. So if you play against Dan and you train with him, he'll make you a better player.
So,
But go ahead.
does anyone think anything in the first chapter pack was better than Lanny Rose at that point, or no?
Well, I mean, Lanny Rose just got amazingly stronger with the Hound.
Yeah.
Like
and Arbor Knight, people play that.
and Arbor Knight.
right?
Yep.
Arbor Knight was really good in that deck. Just it needed that extra little bit of setup because Burn Men were not a great card until First Snow came out.
So
And then Arbor wasn't.
I
After
mean, there's a reason why you were able to run that field, Aaron, in Red Saturday with that deck. Was just the real strength of Lanny Rose with the Hound.
So
And this was kind of the beginning of Store Championship season, right? When
Yep.
Lanny Rose was just winning every Store Championship, it seemed like, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we started seeing
man.
Lanny's son with the second chapter pack.
Yeah, but it wasn't as good. Lanny Rose still dominated the second chapter pack. It got two incredible tools, including the most important card in the game so far.
Brothel Madam,
Second
Wardens
chapter
of-
pack.
Wardens of the West.
Trading with the Pentushi.
Trading.
Was that
The
the
card
second chapter pack?
Everyone
Second
thought
chapter.
was bad, right? Everyone thought it was bad.
I never thought it was bad.
I gave it an A, I think.
I didn't think it was bad. I played it right from the beginning.
Yeah. One card in the second chapter pack that was so good until First Snow was Winterfell Kennelmaster.
Yeah, I'm with.
Especially
I'm
it
with
took
Buzz.
it took a while for people to understand how to play around it. But with Lady and Winterfell Kennelmaster, I mean, Stark was so good for a while.
Yep.
And then First
Oh
Snow
yeah, I
hit,
mean,
and they
I
were
think Stark was
worthless.
super duper. I mean, I think the Stark. I mean, I personally prefer the Stark field lead that existed before First Snow and before Winterfell, really before the box, to the current version of Stark. Just on a
It was
play
a more
level.
thoughtful deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the ability to throw in characters that didn't have the icon for like whatever challenge it was, just completely threw people off their game.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
yeah.
was so
It was
fun.
fun to
so
play.
fun.
Well, Nim was also in this chapter pack. So
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, yeah. Crown of Gold. Don't
and
forget Crown of Gold.
Yeah, I mean-
Sirio.
and Sirio. I mean, this was easily one of the more impactful ones. I mean, Lady in Waiting. Let's not forget that card too.
Two cards that people thought were useless came out though.
Babysit
Yeah,
incoming.
Brandon's Gift, which is
Oh.
clearly a failing card forever. But we also had Winterfell Castle, and like that's turned out to be a lot better than people thought.
He needed the box.
Yeah, it
I
needed more
played
Stark
it.
Uniques, right?
Wait, people play Winterfell Castle?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it won. I won with it, and now it won again in Blackwater. And he played two
Huh.
of them. I just played one.
Ooh. Kenna
I mean-
wants us to talk about the raiding longship.
Rain Longship. I mean, this was actually a ridiculously
Oh,
good.
that card.
I thought
Chapter
it was
pack.
a trap.
What? Really?
Yeah, I thought raiding longship was a trap. Like Greyjoy, until then, had wanted to go second. It changed how they played.
And here's the thing. Remember, Seastone Chair came out the pack before, and people were already starting to adjust their attachment count and getting used to kind of playing against that attachment limitation. And Longship has that limitation and the first player limitation. So it wasn't hard to play around. And I think
Yeah.
people were kind of already used to it with Seastone.
I mean, we definitely saw that period of time where positive attachments became very popular, which was sort of the second and third chapter pack. This was a really good chapter pack, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crown of Gold.
Yeah, Crown of Gold, which I think Buzz or Sid mentioned.
Remains,
reader
remains
who-
terrible design.
The reader who will be 1x in every Greyjoy deck until he cycles
Forever.
out.
Yeah.
Well, then they have to reprint his ass.
Yeah, I mean, they do. He definitely should have. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm glad he came back.
Who made the
early.
reader? That's
El
that's Harren.
Elector,
Elector.
right?
Oh,
Marty
that's Harren.
Force.
The reader's Harren, yeah.
Yeah.
Shadow Black Christ. Yeah, and Political Disaster is going to get good because Night's Watch is not far from being dominant.
But they can save, Aaron. They can save.
Yeah, I don't actually care. Like, if no one dupes there, like, no one's expecting Political Disaster. That'll be
Right, no one's
evolving.
expecting it now.
Yeah,
But,
so like,
but whatever.
like I draw unless I'm playing Greyjoy, I draw wall dupes, and I'm like, yeah, that can sit in my hand. I need some
Yeah.
intrigue buffer.
Protect my intrigue thing. That's really
Right,
awesome.
until Night's Watch defense is the deck, and people start running political disaster, then you draw that wall dupe, and you're like, "Ooh, this is going right down."
Yeah, it becomes an interesting situation though. Like, that's good. That's play style and like a developing meta. So
Yeah.
go defense.
Oof. All right. By
I
the
still
way,
like Endurance name.
all right. Yeah, it's a good card, but I'm gonna trademark Aaron saying "Go Night's Watch defense" for any future episode of anything that Aaron is on when that deck is broken, and what his opinion of it is.
It's
Anyway.
gonna be broken. It's fine. Fuck it, the game is broken. You know that.
What is the third chapter pack?
Oh, let me start. This is my pack.
Wait. Did anything change in the second chapter back? Same best deck, right?
Oh.
Greyjoy was
Well-
probably pretty damn good.
Oh
With
god,
the second
Greyjoy,
chapter pack.
Greyjoy couldn't beat Lannister.
No.
Greyjoy's never been able to beat Lannister.
I
Like, well,
identify.
Lannister's
Madam
like, oh, I have
was
cereal
good
now?
when it
Cool.
came out.
I mean,
No, Stark
in
Fealty was
Lord
best.
of in the Lord of the Crossing meta, like that pack. Well, we'll get to it. I'll talk about the Greyjoy's brief window in the sun of being really able to beat Lannister somewhat consistently.
I
but
think
anyway.
Greyjoy for the second cycle may have been the defining deck, but not the best.
Pack 3 was the decline of Greyjoy.
Yeah, Pack 3 is the end of Greyjoy.
One word. Bamf, guys. It was all fueled. Gregor, Never Bet, and Lord of the Crossing. And suddenly, I mean, Lannister just owned Greyjoy. I mean, that's probably the best matchup for that Bamf deck was the
Yeah.
Greyjoy one. It was so good.
I thought it was going to be a bad matchup until I tried it. I was like, oh, this is easy.
I can jump in after all your stupid stealth.
There are a lot of hyped cards that didn't do shit in this pack, though.
Well, they did it for a while, right? You have Marin Heat. You have
Yeah.
Tourney for the King.
Roderick.
You have Hedge Knight. Roderick was good until the box.
Yeah, but we got a Tainted, and a Tainted has been a huge impact on the meta ever since
Yep.
it came out.
Everyone hated the Bone Way, speaking of things that we thought were terrible. So wrong.
It still is kind of terrible.
No, it's so
good.
great. It's so
No,
good.
It's really
Bone Way.
good.
It's so
Not
good.
good.
It's really, really fucking good.
It's good until everyone starts running that, until everyone has to answer Night's Watch and starts running Political Disaster.
Oh my god, these
Buzz is
Poor
making the
fucking-
best deck.
poor fucking Bera, man. poor fucking Barra.
Barra got Moon Boy. Moon Boy.
Moonboy is
but
good,
I-
but King's Peace?
King's
Really?
Beast, Royal Entourage in the last pack. Like,
Everyone swore Royal Entourage was good, but me. I was like, why the
mean-
fuck would you play that?
Also, Targ. Targ hasn't gotten really an impactful card first 3
Oh,
packs.
they got one impactful card. It's just you can only play one of it.
Oh yeah, but yeah.
I mean, this was the pack that sort of unleashed the Knights deck, though, which was a
Yep.
lot of fun to
The
play.
Terrell Knights, yeah.
Yeah, I really
Yeah.
love that deck.
Terrell Knights, I think, is the defining again, but the best is pretty clearly Banff.
I mean, I actually will agree with that. I mean, what was the Banff's record against the Knights Rush deck, Sid? Was it a good matchup or?
Yeah, it's a good matchup. It wins because it keeps the board small. Once people kind of jumped on that, I just packed Wildfire, and it beat it no problem.
Right, unless they just truly got out of control, right? The kind of like turn 2 win that you could do with that deck.
Yeah, but it didn't quite have the cards for the turn 2 win.
John's version did.
Consistently,
I mean, not like 100% consistently, but
I mean, if
enough that
you could read it though and just play the Wildfire and kind of stop
Hey,
it. Right?
enough
That's true.
enough that Roy was making cuts, so like,
Oh, ooh,
pretty good.
it's true.
pretty
It's
good.
true. That's usually how it works. Although I'm more consistently with the pre-first snow Stark making cuts, but that's not here nor there. Speaking of that, that's the next pack, right? Which gave us a bunch of really good Stark
Wait,
cards.
we're done with Lords of the Crossing? We should probably talk about Lords of the Crossing.
We should talk about Lords a little bit.
And
I
a
mean,
few
it's
other cards.
still our only agenda to this point, right?
Yeah.
But, yeah. Well, I mean, wait. The second chapter pack is now shipping, so
Yeah. Oh wait, it's shipping?
yep.
So when's it?
It'll be out basically. Well, it will be at Gen Con, obviously, but actually, probably it could be in store. It will be in stores the week after Gen Con.
That soon? Wow.
Yep, 2 weeks after. If it's shipping to now, 2 weeks later is the week after Gen Con.
That's less than a month between packs, right?
Well, they clearly didn't want.
No,
They didn't want this.
No,
like,
no. They want Valor for Worlds, is what that's.
They must, right? I
Yeah.
thought they'd delay it, but it seems like they want Valor for Worlds, which I am all about.
I think they also. I think you can also expect Lions to be out by
Oh
the
yeah.
end of the summer.
Well, they
like
said third
September.
quarter, so it
Yeah,
should.
so September.
Hmm.
So Worlds will be interesting. Well, that's a post Gen Con episode topic.
That's true.
All right, so Lords of the Crossing, I think a really interesting agenda, and I think one that's only going to get more interesting over time as the icon spread of various houses expands.
Until I
Targ had a
sat
little
down,
good run.
and until I sat down with the Banff deck that I got from you, I didn't know that it claimed a power, and I was like, "This is so shit. Why would you play this? It's so bad." But then, oh, it claims a power. Oh, okay.
I just got renown and took a power and unopposed and agenda. Okay, it's pretty good.
It's one of the best design things in the first cycle. Like I think every house had at least something fun from that agenda.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like that's
And-
that's hard to do.
The agenda, there's definitely some decks that felt kind of oppressive
Alright.
with the agenda,
I
but
am
the agenda
turning
itself was
off my
Yeah.
mic and my camera for a second. Hold on, boys.
okay.
Ooh.
Oh, it will fuck up
Sorry,
my
Sid.
setup.
Wait, we're still looking.
Sorry.
I can still see him. Keep it up.
Can
keep
you
it-
just
Oh,
no
Roy's
fuck?
dead. all right.
Can you just
So,
blank out instead? Oh well.
are we on to first snow? I mean,
Pack
who
four?
first?
I
Yeah,
think
first
I think one more thing.
Oh.
We have not seen a lot of Greyjoy, right? But I think a card here, newly made Lord, will just become so good later on.
It depends if they ever learn to properly cost locations, right? Like 3 is just too much for almost every location in the game.
Well, with Valor, like an Arbor stall deck, right?
Yeah, but newly made Lord won't hit the Arbor.
No, but it will hit its other stuff.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah,
what I mean.
That's true. I mean, and Lanny has the jumper location that should probably see play with Valor.
I mean,
Yeah.
there will be control decks or stall decks that wants to flood with economy and card advantage, and then reset the board and win, right?
Right.
This is good against that, I think.
And Martell is going to want to do that quite a bit, and it's good against Martell and its locations.
Yeah, that Boneway.
I was thinking Gaston, but sure, why not?
Or even
I'm with Sid Gaston.
even
Sunspear?
whatchamacallit, Sunspear, yeah.
Sunspear's
Sunspear's not a
legit.
bad card.
No.
People forgot all about Sunspear. So someone should bring Sunspear to Gen Con.
It's
So I
hard
can-
to consistently make yourself go second, though.
If
I
Johnny
mean-
Wright were playing at Gen Con, he would probably play Sunspear. He loves that card.
It's a good card, but it's just hard.
It's not in kitty litter, I don't think.
No. It's fun turn one though to play shoot, what's the plot that's 11
Sneak
initiative and 2
attack?
claim? Yeah,
Sneak
sneak
attack.
attack and make them go first. And they just kind of
Stop Sunspear.
and they just kind of go, "Ooh, what do I want to let you have 3 claim on? Shoot. Nothing." That's fun.
Man, that was a really powerful open until the Calm Open happened, right? Like, it was like, oh, right, Calm of Westeros. Never mind.
Never mind.
Well, that was a natural meta correction, right?
I mean, everyone was opening with either, like, 5.11.2 or Naval, and I was like, oh, fuck that. Calm
So
down.
we are in the era of Lanny Kraken now,
First snow?
of the initial first no meta, which was Lanny Kraken, the Brotherhood deck, which was just utterly fantastic in that period of time. But Stark was, I think, underrated.
Yeah.
Uh,
So, I don't know if I ever said on the air that Lanny Kraken was my original Gen Con deck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was meant to be my Gen Con deck. The second we saw Iron Mines and First Snow, I was fully planning on running that, and then they found that deck, and I was so fucking mad.
yeah, actually, I can verify.
I just
when Aaron saw
decided
those
on a Gen Con
spoilers,
deck tonight. Since then, I was so mad.
That would have been a long
although
time
Aaron would not
to-
believe me
to
that Stark
think it
was
wouldn't
likely
show
to be
up.
good. So
I mean, we didn't know the box yet, right? Like,
yeah.
I mean, and you know, Alex Hines told me Winterfell was a trap card, so I believed him. Miri is just okay, and Winterfell is a trap card. I will never forget those two things.
Gendry and again Barrow Watch 2016. Gendry and the Armory really
Tobo?
shaking the game up.
I mean,
I mean-
Tobo Mott's Armory
Oh,
is
it's a good card.
decent
It's-
card.
So
It's just
is
in a house
Gendry,
that
yeah.
already doesn't really have a hard time drawing. So it just, I mean, Tobo Mott's in many other houses would be like a really good card.
Yeah,
It's
but
just-
I've found that in the dominance decks, they don't always get to trigger red keep, and there I run 2 Tobomots and 1 or 0 red keep in
So
those
you
decks.
that's probably wrong. But B, you should probably stop playing Terra. They're not good.
I'm not playing.
Like-
I'm
like
playing
winning.
I'm playing Martell.
If you're playing a straight dominance deck,
No, you're not.
then
Tobo Mott's
Tobo
armor
gives you
scheme.
more.
But yeah,
Oh, one of Aaron's favorite cards, Wildling Scout, is in this pack too.
yeah. I run Wildling Scouts and everything.
They're legit.
There's 2 Wildling Scouts in like every deck I run.
Stealth will give you that win sometimes
this-
right when you need it.
This chapter pack is just all like solid. Oh, not all, but like largely just solid good cards. And even the bad cards, mostly. Like Maester
There
of
you go,
Starfall, Wraith of the Mist, whatever. But like
Not my
most of the cards
present.
that aren't good right now will be good later.
I don't know about the Night's Watch cards.
Watch on the Walls
Halder's not
is
bad.
so good.
Watcher's cool.
Halder's not bad.
Halder
Watcher-
Halder is great. Halder is very
See?
very good. I mean,
You're the biggest fan of Halder, Buzz, but
yeah,
I don't see
no,
it.
no, I hate it. I thought it was a really, really bad card. I was laughing, and the art is horrible. But then my dear friend,
That is bad art.
yeah,
Is it Tomer?
Oh,
I don't know
Ouch.
which deck was.
Who played the deck, Buzz?
so why do I forget his name? Seriously, the Hungarian guy. I meet him at every road to Stalik, and I've forgotten his name. It's too early in the morning. Anyway, you know the top 8 guy. at
Oh, yeah,
Tornado
the
Le
top
Mans.
eight guy.
Yes. Who made? He played Watcher on the Walls, two of them, and Halder 3X. And Halder was dominating in all of these games. It was so insane, so insane. I mean, it's a great card in Night's Watch.
Anything
take
that
your word
fucks
for
up
it.
challenge math is solid.
Yeah.
I think I would have played Halder if it came out one pack before.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, the pack before this, we totally didn't realize it, but was that like month or so where everyone realized that, oh shit, Old Bear is actually good. The Joe from Cincinnati Glory Age.
And then all of his
And then First
tears
Snow.
became icy.
Is he
No.
good?
Old Bear, oh yeah.
Okay.
I don't think he is.
Oh,
No, he's not played in his deck.
in Joe's deck?
No, in
No, he's talking about in
Oh no. I'm talking about the defense deck.
yeah, it's defense deck.
Oh, I didn't know Halder's deck. The Halder was defense deck. No, Old Bear is actually really good. Fair warning.
I've played Night's Watch. It's doesn't seem and against it's awful.
Yeah.
Horns
I'll
of the
show you
North
one
is
day.
ridiculous. Stuff like
Americans are so bad at this game. Oh,
Sure.
I'm
why-
with
that's
Buzz
why-
on Old Bear. I've always said he's bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone said he was bad. He's not. Wardens of... Oh, wait. This couldn't have been when he was good, because he wasn't good until he got his Raven, and that wasn't until after this.
It's in the last pack, isn't it?
Was it?
yeah,
His
next pack is
that's a
Fury.
recent one.
Okay, then I guess he was good before it. I don't know. I remember that there was, like, a 2-week period, and it was definitely before First Snow, where a Night's Watch fealty just, like, won a 62-person tournament, then won, like, 3 or 4 more tournaments.
Well, there was the Europe run, and then there was a couple times in America. I think in Texas.
Yeah,
Night's Watch one.
that was an Old Bear deck.
I know the American one was an Old Bear deck, but I don't think the deck that because
No,
I
it-
played
It was
around a little bit with the
Tomas
European version.
whose Night's Watch fealty it was, thankfully.
But I don't think Tomas's deck ran
No.
the Old Bear though.
No,
No,
but
just
but the
noting
Italian
because
one,
now we have
the
the name.
Italian one,
Yeah.
The Italian one did okay.
it did run.
I've never made an Italian deck play well for me, so.
Well, Italians are weird and janky. I like
Yeah.
it.
So next
You know what
pack.
card? Wait, I'm sorry. Like
Heck
one
no.
card that I really want to be better than it is. I like the Red Cloaks a lot.
Yeah.
The Red
But
Cloaks
that-
also caused a meltdown from half the community. They were like, "Oh my god, how did Laddie get this card?" It's like, relax. First Snow's in the same pack. You need to take that a notch.
Oh,
They're-
hey,
are
we
we
just
ready
I-
for mass
wait,
murder
no,
now?
no, we can't move on because we haven't discussed
Alright.
the single most controversial and important card of the First Snow pack that's not First Snow. which
Arbor?
changed- The Arbor. Which caused more meltdowns and bannings and
It did.
I mean, it did fundamentally change the Throne social media community for the worse.
I
Like-
mean,
For the words.
Dennis's breakdown.
Dennis's breakdown, Montreal deciding that anime dolls were a great way to make social commentary.
I can't.
Massive banning left and right. The Idiot Patrol in full force.
Just Britain as a country exiting the second edition Facebook group as if it were the
Yeah.
European Union.
Yes,
It was.
it was impressive just how many trolls exist in our community. Like I was like I knew that the troll to good person ratio changed
No,
second
that's,
edition,
no, that's
No.
not
but I
fair.
was impressed with
No,
just
'cause
how much trolling went on.
Dude, no, because Agot Cards was basically one big troll site.
yeah.
We
I
just
mean,
all knew each other, so no one cared. But the whole point
Yeah.
of that site was everyone trolled each other all the time.
It's true.
All of these
Like-
British guys who exited the second edition, Brexited, yeah, they're all great guys and great trolls, and they're first edition players, all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole Europe community is like that.
The Arbor
Well, I
site
mean,
was
shortly
not the
after,
same
in the
thing
next
as that
chapter
site.
pack was the great Dockside scandal, right? Where the winner of Dockside got banned from the Facebook group. And,
Yeah, they went overboard on that one, but Yeah, as you can imagine, I mean, the Hollanders and the Polish guys and the French guys, they all tried and stood up for fucking, and I mean, yeah, they're all trolls, all of them.
It's also important, I think, and worth noting from a game health standpoint, that from the first chapter pack until the Arbor, like the game was, I mean, not controversy free, but like the game was fairly balanced, right?
Yeah.
Like there was a changing of what's good. People were still discovering stuff. Like I mean, from once everyone got the fuck over Barra, so once I guess around the first chapter pack came out, until through the first 4 chapter packs, until the 4th chapter pack and the Arbor freaked everyone out. Like we had a really healthy, good game for a while. No,
And that, I mean, not only a healthy game, but that period of time you're describing, at least in North America, was like the store championship season,
yeah,
which is I think our best kind of tournament stretch of the game so far, at least here, just because we were getting a pack every month and there was a tournament every single weekend to play at. That wasn't that far from your area, you know, so you always had another one to prepare for. You always had new cards to test and try out. It was the most kind of exciting, I think, stretch so far, just because it was so kind of breakneck.
I mean, I'll definitely agree. I think from December to April, basically in New York time, from our post World Store Championships to Dance with Dragons with the birth of Lanny Dragon when Pat won our big event, was a great time. I think for first edition, probably the most consistent fun I've had with first edition. Packs were coming out, the meta felt fresh. Every pack felt, and then the box, right? All of these things sort of felt a constant shift, and then I think Miri and the hyperkill meta that the next chapter pack unleashed created. Now Alex can shoot numbers at me all the time, but I at the end of the day am a humanist, and I'd say that the lived experience of
his mouth
the meta,
off at Alex
is one that feels a lot less fun and a lot less innovative and a lot less dynamic than what existed before then.
So yeah, it was a really good run, and now the game's dead forever. But
Am
wait, I wanna
am
talk
I
shit
the
about
only one?
Alex.
No. Am I the only one who thinks that the game 2.0 started with first snow? That's when it got good, right?
No,
No, it was
What?
good before that.
it was definitely good before
No,
that.
it was so snowbally and shit. No.
You didn't
No,
like
no,
the
it wasn't.
Banff deck, but that you won with Buzz.
Yeah, Banff didn't need first snow. Banff was actually better before first snow. People started building differently for first snow, and it kind of screwed up
Yeah.
Banff a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good before. It was good.
I think
before.
There was all the
you
different
had
crossing
Varys to
rush
wipe things
stuff.
out to stop the snowball.
Yep. So something
You also
happened.
don't think I think snowballing can easily happen with first snow. I think.
Yeah.
So.
It can happen, but it's less so. I mean,
don't think so.
I've started playing Martell because they can pull back. You can
Because
play
someone
from
handed-
behind in the
because
game.
Someone
You
handed
can
you a Martell deck
yes,
that you liked.
yes, and I love it. And I've been playing it ever since because you can play from behind in second edition, and it's so great. I love playing from behind. It wasn't possible before first now. It wasn't possible.
I just don't agree.
You win first
I
turn.
think I just don't agree. I think okay, it's a difference in philosophy, but before Banff, almost every major deck I ran about 2 Varus and a summons. Not like I didn't use Varus in every game, but Varus definitely won me an awful lot of games those first, I don't know, 4 months.
People are terrible.
It's because like most people just don't assume Varus is in your deck.
Yeah, exactly. People are terrible.
So you spent every game at all times going, man, that guy's gonna drop Varus next round. No.
If it was a feasible thing. Does he play Lannister? Yeah, he probably plays Varys. Does he not play Lannister? Okay, he probably doesn't play Lannister.
Unless
he
you play
play
Martell
Varys.
Rose.
Watch Kraken deck, which relied
Yeah,
Yeah,
Night's
of
Watch
course.
deck.
Night's Watch Kraken, of course,
Or-
was Varys.
that deck could play from behind really well.
Yeah, I also ran Varus and my Martells at the time, which were pretty good. They won games. They weren't as good as they are now, but they won games. Like I think I had 2 Varus and my Targ at the time,
mean,
which was actually really handy.
No, actually, you don't actually play from behind with Varus. I think if you're behind and can get off a Varus, you're not actually that behind because you can protect him in various ways, right?
No,
It means
not
you
back
have
then.
resources. It means you have a board. It's if you
Not
do
back then, man. Not back
no.
then.
It,
Not back then.
if
they
all
didn't
you
have
drop
a
is
put or a
Varus,
treachery,
you're done.
yeah, okay, you'd have to have 1 card out. Yes, you'd have to have like a 1-drop power reducer. But like generally
And
speaking,
something
like,
to
Varus didn't
protect
get
it.
almost impossible to protect until Miri. Miri fucked up Varus, not anything else.
Seastone share, all of the kill
Seastone.
events, ice.
I'm
I
so
mean-
unscared of Seastone Chair. It's
Just
amazing.
treachery.
Yeah.
Treachery.
Yeah, but at that point, everyone was running Hand's Judgment, right? Hand's Judgment didn't go away until Miri came in.
I mean, that's
I
definitely the
disagree.
case, I think.
I disagree. If you manage to get off a Varus, you're not actually that far behind.
I just 100% disagree.
Um,
In the meta before, Varus was protectable and usable. Like, Dan did it all the time. Like, you just had to be good enough. He was protectable and usable. You could be behind. You could be getting smoked. They could have, like, 3 or 4 good guys to your, like, 2 solid guys where you know you're going to lose. And then if you just got that Varus off, it was a whole new ballgame.
yeah, okay, so
think-
you're
I think you guys are
describing an
also
event
debating-
where you're not that far behind.
That's really far behind. If they have
All right,
3 or 4
wait, hold on.
powerful guys and
I
you
think,
have
I
1,
think you guys have reached the point where you're talking past each other, though. Like, I think
Got
you're just you're defining playing from behind as different things. But because I think you both have valid points. Like, I think what it meant to be unforgivably behind shifted with First Snow, and it shifted in a way that benefited Buzz's playstyle over Aaron's playstyle. I personally lean more towards finding Aaron's playstyle a bit more palpable than maybe Buzz's playstyle, but I think you both, at the end of the day, have a point. So,
Fuck you, diplomat.
Yeah, really. So,
So
Hey,
Pack 5.
wait, no, because
Yeah.
Pack 5 didn't come next.
Oh, the
What
box.
what
Oh,
came
the
next?
box.
Ah,
All right.
the box. Oh, the
Man.
box.
Oh, by the way, we
know
didn't.
what
to do.
Wait,
we didn't know
wait,
what to do
One
with that
one
for a
quick
while.
thing. One quick thing. Condemned. Best card in the game. Okay, now the box.
the game.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
after
Condemned is
Gas and
definitely
Gray, of
underrated.
course.
How about
After-
best first cycle card maybe for Martel? I'll
Oh,
give
for
you that
Mortal.
one.
Yeah, of course.
Really?
More than Nim?
Did
Yeah,
Nymeria
more,
stop
way
existing?
more than him. Way more
Yeah,
than him.
more than-
Yeah.
You know
Milk.
Nymeria can do what Condemn does every turn, right?
Yeah, but you know what Milk does? Everyone
No, I
plays
don't.
so many Milks. They like
Yeah,
run
Milk-
6 of
Milk
them in Dex.
actually
I'm
went away.
sure.
Milk actually went away for a while too.
And if they kill Nim, it's over. If they kill the guy with Condemned, you get it back.
Yes.
All right, Condemned is a great card. Stark.
The box.
The box.
Dark box. Yeah.
I mean, I really did love the box meta before Miri because you could play Fat Cat or New Cat, which is the term I prefer, before her dying horribly to Miri fires. I think we all underestimated Winterfell.
No, we all gave it A's on this podcast. It was like our second podcast.
It's true.
We
I'm
did.
more. I think.
Did
I don't
we?
think
We
we
all
all.
gave
Did,
it
did,
beards
did
on this
all
podcast.
of us?
Yeah. I think all of us did.
No, I think I gave it a builder because you can't stick it in any Stark deck, which you know because I don't play this kind of Stark deck. I play a tempo variant, which can't run this Winterfell stuff.
Right. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we all at least said it was a good card.
Yeah.
But I think people really underestimated just how necessary Winterfell was, at least for American Stark decks.
Well, because fucking Miri wasn't like killing everything yet.
Right. Patrick hadn't won Dance yet. And shown just fucking how broken Miri could be. I mean, the top 2 decks at that tournament were both Miri decks, and that's sort of been a bit of a theme, at least for the American meta, for a long while.
Whoops.
Yeah. What else about the box?
Fast Eddie.
Fast Eddie, yes.
Mm-hmm.
The rebirth of Banner of the Wolf, right?
Can I say something that's gonna make me sick?
But
I think the third best card of the box is Wolves of the North.
Yeah.
Why?
The actual
Kids
stealth wolf.
plot. No, kids plot.
Oh
no,
that's
sorry.
Not
A Time
called
for
Wolves of the North.
Wolves.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, A Time for Wolves.
It's like that weird direwolf with
What?
stealth.
No. Sorry. I'm bad at names, and I didn't scroll down far enough. Yeah, I think A Time for Wolves is the third best card of the box.
We should just call it Kids Plot in the future.
Yeah, but kid's a douche, so like, it's the douche plot.
I'm looking forward to seeing Kid at Gen Con. But why, Aaron? Because he doesn't see a huge amount of play right now.
It's in every good Stark fealty.
No, it's not.
Because, okay, you're wrong as usual, Buzz. Buzz, you can't build decks. You
It's not my decks I'm talking about. I'm not building these fucking decks. It's not
Yeah,
in any good Stark fealty.
Okay, so it goes to get Summer, which will get you either Bran or Arya back, and it's a ridiculously big tempo play.
It's a
It-
I'm
good
not
card.
seeing it out here in the big
No.
Stark decks.
And okay,
It doesn't-
good.
it doesn't
Please,
fit. US.
Maybe it's an East Coast thing.
please don't play it, guys.
I would play it in my type of Stark, but in this, oh, I'm shocking out big guys, in that kind of Stark, I don't think it's very good.
It's amazing.
All right, Buzz also hates the Stark HOD deck.
Stark HOD deck shouldn't run it, but like every other Stark should.
All right, so any other thoughts about the box? Sort of that the non-loyal cards were a little bit of duds, I think.
I mean,
I
Motley's
like
gonna
even-handed justice is pretty good.
Motley's gonna be good. So is Tower of the Hand. His Viperize
Fish
is
Whiskers
awesome.
is good.
Yeah,
Fish Whiskers is good.
Yeah.
Quentin
with the
is
agendas
good.
now.
Shadow Tower is great, and it's gonna be great for a long time.
Yeah.
I think. Well, it's
Shadow
not
Tower is
in
the one where
rotation,
you
right?
can't-
Yeah, it's gonna always be around, so it will always be
Yeah.
good, right?
Yeah.
Weapons at the Door is really good.
Underrated. That was definitely a plot that I think was underrated.
The plots in general from the Stark box were all a little underplayed, aren't they?
They're all good. I don't think there's a bad plot in the bunch.
Do people play Fallen from Favor now?
No, but it's not bad. It's just not great.
Have people ever played Rangers Cash? Like in
Yes.
earnest, ever played it?
Yes.
Yes.
It's played a
Like
lot in
beyond just
Stockholm.
testing a little bit.
No, it's
No,
played
I mean,
a lot
I
in
played
Stockholm.
And we're gonna see a ton of it with Kings of Winter.
Eventually, yeah, but I don't see much reason to play it now. I feel like it gets cut.
So you know where you play it now?
No.
You play it Martel.
Eh.
It's really good Martel.
It's being played in Targaryen Sun in Stockholm, and Night's Watch, and Greyjoy, I think? No, not Greyjoy. No. Yeah, those are the ones, I think, that I've seen them in. People love it here.
I like that it's winter, but I wish it didn't have the kingdom trait. I don't know
All
why.
right, there's a place I can agree with Sid. Like I think it's terrible that it has the Kingdom trait. I don't understand. But anyway,
Yeah, there's a lot of good cards in this box.
you can't
Thank
even
God they
copy
printed
it.
that
with,
terrible Arya.
Can you copy it with that Varys riddle, right? Because it's not a when revealed, right?
Right.
So whatever. Anyway,
King Rob's host, the sleeper of the box.
oh God bless you, Brits.
But
Well,
it did take a while.
Okay.
It wasn't until the last chapter pack that this was really figured out.
What about, here's my question. The Blackfish just kind of disappeared, right? I think he
No.
got thrown into decks at first, but I never see him in Stark decks.
No,
still one
he's
or
in
two
all
of
of them.
Yeah.
Two
Yeah.
of in all of them. Yeah,
They
yeah,
just
yeah,
play
yeah.
the other big guys if they have them, right? 'Cause
Right, I
the
mean,
other ones
He's
are
not
better.
the best big guy, but he's strong.
He's the
Like-
least flashy at this point. Like I think people underappreciated how good Fast Eddie was.
Yeah.
No one underappreciated it. We knew
No.
he was fucking amazing.
But
It's
I'm
just
talking about like right out of the box. People were like, oh my God, Blackfish, draw, renown. Doesn't
Yeah.
kneel to attack.
I see
It's a
what you mean.
flashier
Yeah.
card.
hey, you know how he doesn't kneel to attack when he's out with Fast Eddie.
Yes, I agree.
I'm just a
Hey.
disclaimer for everyone. I'm
Having
gonna
Obama
break
feelings.
as hard as winter.
Oh.
What is his hardest winter?
That's the one that recycles.
It's ambush. Ambush.
Yeah, when
Stark.
a character is killed, is it killed or sacrificed or just
Killed or sacrificed? Killed or sacrificed.
Place a character with equal or lesser with the cost right into play.
That's good. That's like Banff without getting discarded.
Yeah,
And it
it's
has
good,
that,
but it's this one thing. Play only if there's a winter
Winter
plot card in your
plots.
use pile. I'm like,
use
oh,
pile. So it
no.
has that like to be a wolf restriction, right?
Yeah.
Style restriction.
You could just play A Time for Wolves and you'll be fine. The douche plot.
But, yeah, but that's one winter plot. I don't want to open with a time for rules every
you don't.
time. That's not good.
Well, right.
There is no winter opener.
But
I
there
mean,
will
there's,
be
Snowed
in
Under.
the future ones,
there?
right?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I mean, we
they're
don't know.
releasing winter.
Winter Festival, that one.
That's not an opener. That's a bad opener.
But
it?
they're
Well, it's
releasing
gold, isn't it?
winter
You
winter
guys-
agenda.
Are you guys
Because of the
just
winter
ignoring
agenda,
Snowed
so-
Under, which is the 5016
Yeah, I think Snowed
reserve?
Under is what's meant to be the winter opener.
Yeah.
Like,
But I
You
think
could
we will
basically-
see more ones, right? Because of the
don't know.
agendas.
I mean, there might be
Silly.
winter plots in
I
the
think we'll
land
get winter
box as well.
plots. But I think part of what's being intentionally done with winter plots is that they're being kept away from being too easy of an opener. Like, if winter just has like 6 or 7 gold, like that's obnoxious.
Yeah, so Snowed Under,
Yeah, I think Snowed Under is what you're gonna have to do those.
which
not a
it
good
seems
card.
pretty. It's solid enough.
I mean, you do Banner to the Kraken, and then you get Fish Whiskers too.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right.
Fish Whiskers
So,
and Iron
are we
Mines,
ready for
that's
some
almost
mass
enough.
murder?
Dude, I'm building a deck in my head. Shut up. All right, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Miri comes out and immediately takes over the meta until people figure out Stark can stop it.
And people figure out Nightmares can stop it. I mean, I think
Yeah.
people jumped on Miri and Nightmares
And,
was a little
and the
slower.
Eerie. Let's not forget the Eerie. Come on.
Mi-
My alt
Eerie,
arts
Eerie.
need use. Come on, guys. I have
Oh, wait a
16
minute.
of those.
Rose Road Patrol. This is the best pack.
Oh,
by far.
that's right.
You still haven't broken it. Hey, Winterfell Crypt, still kind of bad, huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
Told you guys. Like, is it good? No, it's not. Stop bothering me. Pulling the strings is going to be great forever, though.
Yeah, great. Oh,
Great.
great.
I mean, once
Great.
Once
Terrell
Arbor
is
decks
playable,
take off.
yeah, once Terrell is playable, like pulling the strings goes in every. Like
Yeah.
just getting marched or summons on demand, and having basically both from it is amazing.
I mean, Copper is even better,
yeah,
right?
yeah, of course. But Coppers is, I think, cycling down a bit.
Yeah. I don't know.
Not
Well,
a ton, but a bit.
Once those Arbor stall decks that Buzz was mentioning are like really viable, pulling the strings will be everywhere. What else is in here? Trial by
Iron
Combat,
Mines.
One thing
Iron
that's
Mines,
interesting with this pack, I think,
Red
is
Vengeance.
people jumped on Mirror Master, right? Started building
Mm-hmm.
mirror decks, and in this pack, Martell is getting exactly what they need: renown in the late game, and an answer for hyper aggro.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Yeah.
Martell Lion became a really good thing with this pack.
True.
Yeah, I still think most Lannister beats most Martell.
I think it's a pretty
Maybe.
fair matchup.
Yeah.
It's not 70-30 or anything. I think it's 60-40, 55-45, somewhere in that area. But like a really good Lanny, like played well, tends to beat a really good Martell played well. It's the triangle of the meta, right? It's like Martell owns Stark, Stark owns Lanny, Lanny tends to beat Martell.
Yeah.
No?
I find it to be fair, pretty much 50-50, but yeah. I don't know.
Are you just out? Yes, but are you just out playing people?
No,
Like
no,
when
no.
you're playing a really
No, no.
good-
I've not lost to Lannister with Martell in forever, but
Really?
I think it's a matchup where 50% of the time I get crushed. Well, I could get crushed and I outplay them, or 50% of the time Lannister player can just not do anything about me.
Really? I've
Yeah.
not had that experience, but okay. Yeah, Martell gets great cards. Iron Mines are really still poor design. How they're not loyal and don't need to kneel, I still don't know. Like, just
Yeah.
they had it in first edition. They had to be like, hey, this has to kneel.
Well, they weren't loyal in first edition, but they did
Yeah,
get
well,
one
that-
power with Conquest, right? Or two, right?
too. So yeah, they should be loyal and Just that they're
Neil.
not annoys me.
They should be Neil
They
and
should
Sacrifice.
Neil, Sack, and Loyal, and then they're fine. Like, but second edition likes overpowered cards. And Bronze breaks the game, right?
Aw.
Oh, Tommy.
Kingswood. Awful.
Northern Rookery.
Oh, no.
There we go.
What the hell is that? I don't know what that card does.
More
Oh,
bad Night's Watch.
It's a holder card, right?
Definitely a Halder card. That reserve. That reserve.
Is it unique? It's unique too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why
think they
would you
would've just-
play more than one though?
Wait,
Well, it replaces itself. So, like, if you're gonna run it, you might as well just run 3.
yeah, running 3 and it being non-unique, it's not as horrible.
I mean, now you'll only ever run 1. I don't know.
I mean, if it was non-unique and you actually got these out, you could really go crazy with the Ravens. Like, as it is right now, you usually can't just cycle your Ravens, overcycle your Ravens, because sometimes you need them for claim soak. Sometimes you're going to be losing cards that are important due to reserve.
Buzz is doing something or other.
Oh, Buzz,
What?
what are you playing?
Yeah,
What am I
Buzz, what are
playing?
you?
We see you.
We see you. You're playing some game.
What?
Um,
I don't understand.
mean,
You've got some menu up
Thing?
instead of your face. For
some
Am I?
RPG spreadsheet thing.
icy veins.
Oh, cool.
Icy veins. Oh, there you go.
Hey,
Is
well,
this Hearthstone? Are you
What?
are you Hearthstoning it up, Buzz? Are you playing
No.
Hearthstone in the background? Is that what
No.
this
I
is?
knew it.
Right.
I think I have to
Are you playing
Go on my
WoW in the
screen.
background? That's an impressive Scandinavian
yeah,
internet.
it's
if
a
you
World of
can-
Warcraft
If you can WoW.
Mistweaver thingy, I think.
All right. If you can play WoW and stream at the same time, I'm jealous.
I'm not playing,
Um,
but yeah, sure.
Oh,
All right. Last chapter pack.
Wait, I want to talk about one more card from that one. Oh, hey, the best deck is Lenny Dragon at that point, right?
Yes.
Defining best, blah. Buzz is going to argue for Martel, but as usual, he's wrong. Buzz likes being
No,
I mean,
right?
It
No,
was
no, I
definitely the
agree.
rise of Martell and Lanny
Martell
Dragon.
Lion is good because it's good against the Lanny Dragon. Martell Lion wouldn't be an all-around great deck like the Lanny Dragon is, but it's good against the all-around great deck.
I actually think, Buzz, that Martell Lion gets stronger in the next chapter pack, not just even because of the cards, but because, I mean, Tyene and Imprisoned are good cards, but because
because people
Stark.
figured out Stark.
and then Martell Lion just can own Stark.
Yeah.
Like,
So,
that's when, yeah.
so Ward changes the way people build decks and becomes much ado about nothing.
Yeah.
Swarm
Yeah.
Brother is still really good, by the way.
Really
Like-
good?
Genuinely really good.
He's pretty good. I mean, I like him. I put him in
He'll
Night's
be-
Watch decks.
He'll be a 2 of for until he goes away.
Yeah.
No, yeah, he's pretty good.
This is a really good pack. And then we never got another pack again, and we all died of old age. So, but
One
like,
month.
This is a really
We
good
took
pack.
1 month off. It's not that
No, we didn't. We took like 3 months off, man.
between packs releasing.
Yeah, between the
Yeah.
6th pack and what's going to be the first pack of the next cycle, yeah. It was like early May.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
No, True Steel
Chapter-
came out in June. No, in
No.
May, and then we
Yeah.
skipped June, and then we just got a new pack.
At
July.
the end of July. So it skipped a month and a half.
I'm looking up True Steel release date.
2.5.
I mean, we have 1 month between all packs, right? So we had 1 extra month.
True Steel release date, Game of Thrones. God damn it.
In the
It's like
end,
February
Historians.
1st.
No, we did not. Wait, all right. That I know is
February.
false.
What are you talking about?
That might have been the original
That's
scheduled
insane.
date.
No,
Like,
the
June
announcement.
June was the
right?
only month without a release. June was our only.
Date added.
Empty
It's not giving me the date added. Like, I can sort by date added, but it doesn't tell me what that date added is. On Card Game DB.
I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
go on
yeah,
Amazon.
yeah.
I'll save you time. It came out in June. It came out
I
in
want to
June.
know what date.
Oh, jeez. There was only one. Oh, it came out in May. I'm sorry. It came out in May. There was only 1
May
month.
19th.
There you go.
May
One,
19th.
1 month with no
So-
cards. The month.
Okay,
of June.
so
No, so
May to June, June to July.
no,
that's 2
no.
months.
You're both having the same. You're agreeing. Stop it, because
we are. It's ridiculous.
yes, because Sid says it's 1 month, and then you've waited 1 month, right? Because it should have come after 1 month. But
Right.
Aaron is saying we've been 2 months without cards, and you're both right.
He did start with the 3 months argument.
Yes.
Whatever. I'm
he
writer.
did. No.
Oh my god! All right, but even Sid is on record in a previous episode of our set is that we need new cards ASAP.
And we got him.
Then they released a bunch of bad cards.
Well,
It's not an interesting chapter pack. It's Ari and shit I'd rather not play.
it's interesting for Night's Watch. It's 2 good Night's Watch cards.
Yeah.
When they
It's
probably had 2
Ugh.
decent ones for the entire first cycle.
Swarm Brother, man. And Halder. Don't
That's
sleep.
2. That's 2.
The watch has begun. My
Shadow
watch, whatever that meant.
Tower.
Yeah, Shadow Tower.
Watches. No.
Will's not bad.
Watch on the Walls.
Will is bad.
Will
Will's
is
not-
good.
Will's fine for
I think
deck.
the 2 cards in pack 1 are better than anything that's come out since.
I don't know.
No, not better than Halder. Not better than Shadow Tower. Not better than.
Ari's better than all that, but the White
Ari's
Tree's
better than all that. Oh, White Tree is that good.
I think Ari is the best card that Night's Watch has.
Ari is really good. White Tree is really good. The Raven is pretty good. On demand stealth.
Hey, that's
You
where
know
we
where
are now.
we
We should talk about that.
jumped? Yeah.
Let's talk about the pack we're on.
There
Did
you
we
go.
Sir
actually?
Ilan.
No,
So,
did
what's
we
the most
actually
important-
talk about the? Yeah, Sir Ilan Payne and stuff. I thought we were
Yeah,
gonna
no, wait,
jump
what's,
to.
what's the most
next one.
important card in this pack, guys? I'm asking. Let's ask the European first. What's the most important card in this pack?
The
The
important
last pack
one.
of the cycle.
Well,
What?
no, it's the Tyrell card.
Yes, it is. It's much and more.
And it's Butterbumps, right? No, oh shit, sorry.
Much and more. is so
Better
good.
Bumps meta changing card. You heard it on Second Sons.
Yeah.
No, much and more is going to be a meta changing card though.
Someday.
It's really good.
I'm with you.
It remains fantastic. I played a lot of fucking Terrell in the lead up to Gen Con. And like I was unable to not run 3 much and more. It's so good.
It's a combo
I mean,
enabler,
also-
right?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I think its only drawback is it's not as good as the real Much and More.
Yeah, its
Right.
only drawback
It's not
is the
neutral,
house card.
right? Yeah.
No, the house card Neil. House card Neil pisses me off to no end because I keep much and moreing into much and
That's
more and
true.
forgetting.
Can't use it.
And it's not
I mean-
broken. Like if
Yeah,
it wasn't.
and it's not going to be ubiquitous because you have to have Tyrell, right? Either Banner 2 or main faction. So
Until
it's,
Terrell gets good.
Yeah,
you
but
know, in
even
3
if
or
they're
4
good,
cycles.
I think people stay away from them for the most part.
I don't think so. I think it's just waiting for.
Yeah, the second Terrell's good. I'll be back in the game plan.
It's waiting for a bomb, and we're. I mean,
I don't know if
we're all
it's
betting
for
people
a
here.
bomb.
How much do us want to bet that Tyrell is getting a King Renly, right? If King Renly is a really good card,
But we talked about this. Was it last episode? That's
Yeah,
not what
last
they
episode.
need, right? They need a little control boost, just something. What was that card we talked about?
well,
Valor?
what if Renly's a control character?
Well, that would be nice. I'd rather have an event though, a good event for them.
I think they
I
need
don't
a
like
fair
Tyrell
fight.
events at all.
You like much and more.
Well, that's the one. That's the one event. But by itself, it doesn't do anything, right? It
You don't
needs-
like
It
Olenna?
needs other good stuff to dig for.
You don't like
Olenna's
Olenna's
cunning?
cunning?
No, I'm not a big fan of that. No.
Yeah, no, seriously though, Valor makes Terrell good. The second Valor comes out, Terrell's good.
Yep.
They may not be
Arbor.
great, but they're good. Yeah, well, even more than the Arbor, like Olenna's Informants just get incredible with post Valor, like immediately.
It's true.
It's just once boards start getting smaller, they have a lot of little tools. What's its name? Highgarden gets significantly better after Valor.
House
Yep,
of Dreams,
yep.
Highgarden. Someday.
Yeah, I think House of Dreams. I was thinking about it the other day, just because tangent show. I think House of Dreams for second edition has to be 3-cost location only.
I agree.
Only no 2 cost.
Only, no 2-cost.
That'd be interesting.
So what are you trying to avoid it doing? Gaston?
Gates.
The built-in restriction is
Gates,
oh,
Gates, Gaston, Sunspear. I don't want starting.
Sunspear on the start could be a pain.
Yeah, I don't
I
want.
mean,
any of
Gaze
those. I
isn't
don't
the
want-
end of the world.
No, I think Gates actually sort of is. Thinking about what Stark has, Stark doesn't actually need to run non-Stark cards anymore. So, it's just, it becomes the long voyage. Guaranteeing 3 cards a turn, just you'll have to trust me, is a really bad idea.
I mean, but
Guaranteeing
also
Seastone turn 1 would be even Pretty
Yeah, guaranteeing Seastone turn 1, yeah. None of that. Just make it 3 cost.
Well, I mean, but I find okay, but so Barra can have the red keep out on setup.
Yeah, you can stop it.
Yeah.
Like, if you lower their setup enough. Like, if you make their setup 5
Uh,
gold, 4 gold, or 5 gold, they
Alright.
have to rebuild their whole curve.
Okay, sure, I'll trust you. I mean,
The,
I
the
will
one,
trust
the
you.
one I'm actually worried about would be Lannisport. Lannisport's a little too easy to trigger to get every round.
a little too easy to trigger.
Yeah.
All right, I'm sure we'll see. I mean, I think at the end of the day, they just need to print a really good location hate plot. Something like search and was it search and detain, right?
I always
Okay.
hated it. I always hated that was restricted too. Search and detain shouldn't have been restricted for that long.
Or even that what the city plot, right? That was pretty solid.
Siege.
If you were really scared of HOD locations. So
Or just make HOD. Here's one. Like
Or
you make
make
it 3 cost and you say this location cannot include the word draw.
that seems too clunky, but maybe.
Yeah, just I don't like. I just have like I remember the Long Voyage. I know.
I mean, we all remember
Did
the
you
Long
play
Voyage.
Long Voyage?
Or
I
HOD.
didn't.
I did.
HOD Mander.
Did you play when the Long Voyage was a thing?
Yes.
We don't need-
Long Voyage Targ. Oh my god, the glory
Long-
days.
Yeah, Long Voyage Targ was my regional win.
Long Voyage, Greyjoy, Long Voyage, any house.
Yeah.
Maybe Stark. Was
not
there a
Lannister.
Long Voyage Stark?
Yes. There was every house but Lannister. Lannister did not
yes.
like Long Voyage.
Well, because Lannister already had fucking shit ton
Yeah,
of draw.
Lannister's advantage was the draw, and they were really mad that everyone else got draw.
But I'm more thinking of the SoCal deck that was unleashed upon us. HOD Mander.
Oh yeah.
That was a John Bruno mix, right?
That deck was legit. Yeah.
Deck was great. We almost ended up taking it to Gen Con last year.
Yeah,
Except it couldn't beat Targ.
Yeah, Dan was pretty close to making that the deck. All right. So, any thoughts about general thoughts? Because I'm exhausted. I've been up since 5:30 U.S. time or EST
Me too.
UST time. So I'm a little beat. So, any final thoughts? We'll make this I think our shortest episode if we even spend like 15 minutes talking about final thoughts. It'll still be our shortest episode. So Buzz can go to bed, and I can go to bed, and Aaron can go to bed, and Sid can pine for his Kansas Plains.
Dagmar Cleftjaw is my final thought.
The best card in the pack. We all know it's beyond the. Not beyond the. Banter Behind the Throne's favorite card.
What were they thinking? Like, I wish, I need to find a playtester for the first cycle to be like, Dagmar Cleftjaw, huh? Well, what happened there? You printed 18 overpowered cards. And, then you were like, Greyjoy needs a 7-coster that I wouldn't play at 5.
Dagmar has renown, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Ooh, what? Does he?
Yeah.
Cool.
And Renly Baratheon.
Why the hell does that card not have renown?
Dagmar and Renly are we're gonna print Gregor and Miri, and we're gonna release the Stark box that's gonna have Fast Eddie and Winterfell, and then Renly.
What
And
renowns do Baratheon have? Is it still only Bobby?
Barristan.
It's Barristan.
Barristan, yeah.
And Robert, yeah.
That's it. That's it. It's
Oh,
so stupid.
and
They have
Stannis with
Neil. If you gave
Lightfinger.
them a ton of renown and Neil, it would just be broken, right?
Be
Yeah, that's why Lannister never got any renown in first edition.
except for fucking Tywin.
Yeah, but he was really hard to make work, and real easy to get rid of because Valor mattered.
But he was a closer.
I mean, a lot of houses don't seem to have more than 2 to 3 renown, right? What renown does Martell have? Knights of the Sun and
Pseudo renown on the Viper.
Harmon now and Viper shitty self that no one plays.
No, but they've had Jamie, and yeah,
And Gregor, right?
Yeah.
Jamie.
What about
The terrible
but-
third best card in Lannister?
Targ? Only
Yes,
has
feels
1
sad,
renown.
Aaron.
Oh, I guess Targ has their weird pseudo renown.
They have a way to give Danny renown. Does that count?
They have Cal Drogo.
They have Drogo, and then they have
Danny.
Jorah.
Jorah.
Jorah and
Jorah
the
who goes away
murder
in
the murder
Danny's
blood
sword.
rider, right? The claim
Oh,
the
right,
claim
yeah.
claim
Yeah.
the power claimer.
People have been running him.
I can see him playing like one of, or if you have a Dothraki aggro deck or something. I'm sure it's out there. All right, winners and losers in the first year, as the sort of winners are, I think, are Stark and Lannister, and Martell.
I think winners.
Losers, Barra.
I think winners are FFG for taking all our money, and losers are the Second Sons.
Too real, Aaron. Too
Free
real.
publicity.
Why are we the? I think we're the winners. The community might have lost out a little bit, but
Oh yeah,
But we're fine.
shoot, we're winning right now.
We get
all
like,
those
Hey, how-
awesome podcasts 1.0 had.
Aren't you guys
Beyond
getting
the-
tons of like promotion deals and perks for this?
I mean, that's how I'm paying for
Uh,
Gen Con.
Fucking Larrick is such a turd. How many hits are we getting on SoundCloud, Roy?
That would require me to open SoundCloud.
You've never looked.
0.
I will report back, Aaron.
I have absolutely no idea how many hits we get for this bullshit.
But
People are watching.
we do produce episodes more steadily than Beyond the Wall, so
I mean,
we have that.
Beyond the Wall also likes to fudge statistics so Alice can pretend his dear game works. And then everyone who replied was like, dude, that doesn't make any sense. Because he's a tool.
So,
Um,
all right, boys. Gen Con. I know I'm excited. I know Aaron is excited. That's why he's
I'm
been pretty.
actually excited. Yeah,
Yeah, that's why he's in a pretty good mood.
And it's so weird.
So what that means is that there will be no episode next week, obviously, because Aaron and I will be at Gen Con. Sid
And
will
we're
be
every other week.
Sid will be lost in the cornfields
We don't have
of
one
Kansas.
anyways. I know. No, I'll be home by then.
All right. So if he doesn't get murdered by those like murder people that live, the children of the corn. There we go. Buzz, what are you doing while we go on our brief little break?
I don't know. Let's check my calendar.
You guys have like 24/7 sun, right? Does the sun
Yeah.
ever go down in Sweden this time of year?
No, it's kind of dusk all the time in the evening and like morning. Never gets really actually dark.
Buzz, why did you answer my fucking question in the Twitch chat?
What did you ask?
I asked how many views we had, and you just answered in the Twitch chat, but you never told me.
Oh. People,
Like,
I thought people might find it interesting, and I didn't want to talk. So that's
Well,
me.
but if there are any listeners out there, viewers, readers, whatever you are, come find Aaron or I. I will be at the joust and the melee. Aaron will certainly be at the joust.
And drunk at the melee, even if I'm
Yeah.
we're wearing White Book shirts to joust because
We are.
yay Tommy.
By the
Because
way,
Tommy's amazing at.
Flea
Dude,
bottom.
make us Second Sun shirts. I'll wear it.
We'll make him for Worlds next time.
Let's do it. Who's going to Worlds besides me, though?
No one in the world.
I know, right?
You're gonna be the
Buzz-
world champion because no
When
one.
Buzz is Nordic champion,
Oh,
he'll
right.
go.
Buzz will win. Buzz will win this year, and then he'll come.
I'm not
and
sure
we
I'm
can-
playing, but we'll see.
Nah, he's playing Martell Lion. He's not winning shit.
Well, we'll definitely come back and do a post Gen Con show, right?
Oh, absolutely. All four of us will be there for the post Gen Con show, right, Aaron?
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
I wasn't listening.
We'll need the
All
debrief.
right. All right, viewers. We love you all. Hope find Aaron and I at Gen Con. Otherwise, we're going to sign out for tonight.
Bye, everybody.
Kill the stream,
No.
Buzz.
No, I'm. Where are you? Where's